I'm gonna do the Lamar Harden one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do Lamar Harden. I'm gonna do the Lamar Harden one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Lamar Harden. Let me do Lamar Harden. But anyways, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, you know what I mean, Jay Willie Silly, man. AKA Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. But this right here is a debate that should have been long, you know what I mean? This long overdue. You know what I mean? Because y'all know how I feel about Lamar Harden. You know what I mean? Lamar Harden. You know what I mean? I just feel like Lamar Harden is very overrated. And you know what? You know what it is, Lamar? I feel like you wasted my boy John's time. You know what I mean? John having to deal with your hardness, you know what I'm saying? Made him older. No, John's 63. No telling how many rings. Because, bro, John developed you, boy. Without John, but John ain't need you. You needed John. See, they try to make it seem like, oh, man, he had MVP Lamar Harden and all that. Won a ring without Lamar. Had success before Lamar got here. So, are you telling me if Lamar Harden wants to go into any other team, you think Lamar Harden would have been unanimous MVP 2 times? You know what I'm saying? You think that, you feel me, that Lamar Harden would have still been the Lamar Harden that he is today? If not John Harbaugh built the staff around him, if he didn't have Todd Monken, if he didn't have John, do you think that Lamar Harden would have been who he is today? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, with John, he was BJ in the playoffs. So imagine without John. Oh my God, he would have been built like a sack of laundry. Imagine without John. Go look at his playoff stats, y'all. 2019, unanimous MVP. Without a doubt. I want y'all to go look on how he played in the playoffs. 2019 was probably his worst season and best season yet. How you go from having a season like that in the freaking regular season, then performing like that in the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? It's BJ.
He's undeniably in the top 10.
Top 10 what?
Joe Burrow.
No.
He's never made it to the Super Bowl.
The Ravens had the worst defense in the NFL for 9 weeks.
He's got 2 quarterbacks in just the AFC that don't even respect him.
Lamar Jackson's probably one of the most respected players.
Lamar Jackson is Mr. October, and in football, that's not a great thing. You got to be Mr. January, and he has never been that.
Give me 10 quarterbacks over Lamar Jackson.
If you put Baker Mayfield on the Ravens,
Do you believe that in your heart?
This is why he's not in the Super Bowl right now. Congratulations.
Welcome to One Fan versus 10 Haters.
I'ma like this.
Ravens super fan in the building who will be taking on 10 of Lamar Jackson.
I just love how we took all y'all staff. I just like that. Now I love how we took all y'all staff, and we're gonna take Isaiah Likely and Tyler and Awuzie as well. You know what I mean? I can't wait until free agency just to show y'all what I mean. You know what I mean? Just to show y'all that John was the Ravens. John was the Ravens. He was the Ravens. You know what I mean? He was that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm telling y'all, I wish I could have, like I said, I see Kalen DeBoer, he building the roster up. I'm really confident about this season. Like last season that we had, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, a step up from, you know what I'm saying, from what we did the first season with Kalen DeBoer. But it was crazy that I had to learn the hard way that things were not going to be the same without Nick Saban. I had to learn the hard way, bro. See, I thought things was going to continue to, you know, we're going to win. You know, like I said, we ain't been doing bad, but I thought it was going to be, you know what I'm saying, a consistent of domination. After Nick Saban got fired, you know, we started getting belt to booty. 38 threes, 24 sevens. I started seeing belt to booty. So I can see when Nick Saban left, it was a change. Trust me, I understand. Having a coach for so long, bro, you think everything going to be the same. But if you don't have that same coach that had that same standard as John, you're going to see a difference. And it's coming from somebody that grew up with Nick Saban. This is somebody I grew up with, bro. My whole life, all I know was Nick. I want to be like Mike. My whole life, all I knew was Nick. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Raven fans, and you Steelers fans. That's what I'm trying to tell DJ. I'm like, bro, I understand that you think that this is going to, you know what I mean, still happen. I get it, bro. Your whole life, bro, been winning. My whole life, Alabama been winning, bro. Whole life. All I knew championships. All I knew. All I seen. You know what I'm saying? When Nick left, oh, you seen the change. So I'm telling y'all this with John leaving, Ravens, you're gonna see a change. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a change with Steelers. Steelers, please tell me a coach that would have succeeded with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, freaking Mason Rudolph, Michael Vick, these watch Michael Vicks. Bro, tell me a quarterback that would have still had a winning season with them trash quarterbacks. Name a quarterback that Mike Tomlin had after Big Ben. Name a quarterback. Bro, Steelers, bro, y'all finna freaking downplay. And then y'all just hired the Raiders DC. Bro, y'all just hired the Raiders defensive coordinator, bro. You know what I'm saying? They hired the Raiders defensive coordinator.
Haters. How you feeling about that?
What could you hate that man for?
All right, our first prompt. Lamar Jackson is the best player in the NFL.
Freak out my
You're gonna
face.
say he's the best player in the NFL, yet he hasn't won anything.
Said play the vid. Shut your stupid
How
self
can you
up.
make that argument that he's the best player in the NFL?
Is Jalen Hurts the second best player in the NFL right now?
I mean, I would say Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the NFL simply because he's won Super Bowls. Also, he's won MVPs.
But Jalen Hurts has made it to 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. So is the quarterback's team success dependent strictly on the quarterback? Or, like, I'm trying to figure out what your metric is for analyzing.
The quarterback is the most important position on the team.
Agreed.
So if you're going to look at that, you're going to look at Lamar Jackson. Yes, he's been great in the regular season. No one's denying that. But when it comes to winning important games, being the best player to take your team to the next level, he is astoundingly bad. 4-12, more turnovers than touchdowns. You cannot argue.
Thank
He's
you.
terrible in big game situations.
I've been saying that. Like, this man right here, literally, go look at it, bro. He almost has the same amount of interceptions as he do as touchdowns in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he is not an MVP. That is facts. And you talking about some Jalen Hurts. Bro, Jalen Hurts get carried by his team, bro. He is the freaking, bro, Jalen Dirt is an offensive coordinator killer, bro. Everybody looking at the offensive coordinator, it is Jalen Dirt. That's why y'all still haven't found an OC yet, bro. Ain't nobody talking about no freaking Jalen Dirt who got carried by Saquon Durant and the #1 defense in the NFL. He dirt.
So what do you qualify as a big game? Because you're
Playoffs. What the freak you mean?
Any game in the playoffs.
Thank you.
He's only played the Steelers in the playoffs one time, and he absolutely dunked on them the last time.
Steelers are first round exes, bro.
Okay, he's only played the Steelers in the playoffs one time, and he absolutely dunked on them the last time. Then he played the Houston Texans last year. He absolutely dunked on them in that game. So the new version of Lamar Jackson has actually been pretty solid.
He's actually BJ.
Super Bowl.
No.
So how can you say that he's the best player in the NFL? He's never made it to the Super Bowl.
Is Jimmy Garoppolo the best player in the NFL? Like, once again, is
No.
that how we're gauging it?
I mean, I believe in order to have the crown of the best player in the NFL, you need to take your team to the next level. Lamar has not yet done that. And more turnovers than touchdowns in games when it counts.
No, that's your metric for what game counted.
We're
or
talking
not.
about playoff
But you're not
Lamar.
referencing playoff stats.
I'm just saying.
Bro, that is true. He has almost as much. This is his playoff stats. What are you talking about, you dummy? Are you delusional? You're trying to argue with facts here? Are you really trying to argue with facts? Bro, he almost has as much interceptions as he does touchdowns, bro. It's not, like, bro, he's not making it up, bro. It's not an opinion. It's a fact that he's talking about. You know what I mean? You talking about some bum Steelers, bro?
He has yet to take his team to the Super Bowl, so you cannot call him the best.
Okay.
Let's be honest, Lamar Jackson is Mr. October, and in baseball and in football, that's not a great thing. You got to be Mr. January, and he has never been that. You want to talk about highlights? You know what I think about? When Lamar threw it into triple coverage to Likely, thinking that he was going to get a flag from the refs.
That was crazy.
That's what he was counting on. The referees to go his way. Unacceptable. Do you know that Dak Prescott has a better passer rating in the playoffs than Lamar Jackson? 92 compared to 75? Absolutely not. Lamar, you want to know why people love Lamar Jackson? Yeah, he's Mr. Fantasy. He gets the most points fantasy the last 2 years. I call him the parlay quarterback. Now that legalized betting is cool, of course I love Lamar Jackson. He's on prime time all the time. I'm going to make a 4-leg parlay. He's going to go 50 yards. He's going to throw for 200. He's going to get a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. That doesn't matter because the great player, the best player, finds a way to win in January, and he has yet to take that. Let's talk about the strip sack. Let's talk about he hasn't done a butt fumble yet, but that's the career trajectory he's on.
Once again, team versus like his performance against the Bills inexcusable in the first half. Would you agree with that? 2 turnovers.
Absolutely.
His performance in the second half, fantastic.
It got better, but it takes him a while to adapt.
He didn't need to adapt in the first game against Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's Pittsburgh against an aging Russell Wilson.
One of the best defenses in the league.
Granted, okay. He got one. Now he's 3-5 in the playoffs.
So play this game with me. Replace Patrick Mahomes with Lamar Jackson. You get Andy Reid as a play caller.
You're not winning rings with that mediocre wide. Bro, on paper, let me go and school you right quick. On paper, Lamar Jackson has a better freaking. Lamar Jackson with this team had a better team than Patrick Mahomes ever had. With this defense, bro, Patrick Mahomes never had that. The star power, Malachi Starks, Cal Hamilton, Awuzie, Marlon Humphrey, freaking Roquan Smith, Nate Wiggins, Matabike when he's happy. Brothers, half of your freaking defense is literally studs. O-line, you got freaking the O-line. He has an MVP running back, Derrick Henry. He has 2 tight ends, two stud tight ends, Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. He has freaking Zay Flowers. Rashad Bateman isn't all that, but he's decent. You know what I mean? But you talking about Pat Mahomes, bro. If he can't win with this team, you think he really going to win with the Chiefs, bro? With their bum wide receiver core? What all-pro wide receiver they got? What all-pro wide receiver they got? Y'all got 2 stud tight ends. We can implant that into your wide receiver core because they really wide receivers. So we can count Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews as a wide receiver if you want to get technical. With Zay Flowers. With Derrick Henry in the back. You know what I'm saying? With Justice Hill. So please, bro, like let's stop all this. If Lamar Jackson was, he was with John Harbaugh, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Baltimore Ravens, bro. Come back and like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if Patrick Mahomes with them Ravens, I bet you Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be home right now. Let Patrick Mahomes have that Ravens team. I bet you Pat would have had like freaking 6 rings right now. So please don't act like Lamar Harden would do better with the Chiefs when his team in reality is better than the Chiefs.
You got Spags as a defensive play caller. How would Lamar do in the Chiefs system?
You can't prove that. He's probably gonna make a mistake just based on what he's done in the postseason. Yeah, he's gonna fumble. He's gonna miss a snap. He's gonna mess up somewhere just on what he's done.
Yeah. So, who made the mistake in the second half of the game? Lamar fumbled the ball in the second half of the game. Lamar Jackson dropped a pass that hit him in the chest.
Okay, but you gotta understand, bro, the freaking things that led up to it, though. We're not gonna act like that first half didn't matter. That first half, that horrible first half that Lamar Harden had is the reason y'all was in that predicament in the second half. So yeah, Mark Andrews did drop the ball. But dang, if Lamar Harden wouldn't throw an interception, if Lamar Harden wouldn't fumble the ball, would y'all be in this position? Will Mark Andrews have to catch the ball for y'all to win? So we're not going to blow away that first half like that's not the reason y'all was in that position. Because that's what Lamar Harden fans love doing. Mark Andrews was the reason. Mark Andrews was the reason. But dang, okay, if y'all, you right, Mark Andrews could have caught that ball. But dang, if Lamar Harden went and did all that, would y'all be in that position? With his terrible first half, would y'all be in that position? So we ain't going to just brush off Lamar Harden. I don't give a dang if you had a fantastic second half. That first half you had matters.
Second half of the game.
Fair, okay. So let's put on Mark Andrews, not the guy who gets the ball every snap.
Well, that's just what happened. I'm not like making up a hypothetical. That's
he's
what
taking
happened.
The snap at center.
Yes,
it's always going to be on him.
100%. But I'm saying, put him on the Chiefs. Are they going to win the Super Bowl?
No.
He'll find a way to mess up.
I respect your opinion.
They're not winning with Lamar Harden.
Can I just shoot something real quick? There's a reason he went to Louisville. Horses become legendary in Kentucky, not quarterbacks.
So how can Lamar Jackson be the best player in the NFL when he's got 2 quarterbacks in just the AFC that don't even respect him? His peers don't respect him because if you caught the hot mic, it was the 11th of November. You had Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes post-game talking about how they were going to see each other in the AFC Championship game. I'm sorry, but doesn't Lamar Jackson also play in the AFC?
He does.
So among peers.
So they don't respect him?
They were counting on playing each other in the AFC Championship game when your Ravens, your Lamar Jackson's Ravens,
Yeah.
were expected to make the playoffs as well. They were totally discounting him. So he doesn't have any respect among his peers.
Lamar Jackson's probably one of the most respected players amongst his peers. There was actually a
That's funny.
There was a player survey that said who's the most overrated player in the NFL, and it was Josh Allen. And that's when the players aren't speaking.
Said Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Josh Allen and Lamar Harden like the same. I'm not giving Josh Allen no more time. He's just like Lamar Harden. But you got to understand, see the difference between Josh Allen. Okay, look. Josh Allen loses, right? This is the difference between Josh Allen and Lamar Harden. And this is what people love trying to say. Why you don't give hell about Josh Allen like Lamar Harden? Okay, look. Yes, Josh Allen does lose, but Josh Allen performs. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Josh Allen did fumble. You know what I'm saying? He made that fumble. You know, you can blame the fumbles on him. He made one stupid fumble that led into a field goal. But that other fumble, was that his fault? That the thick little cupcake left tackle can't block? Or the interception that wasn't really an interception and the wide receiver was really down. You know what I mean? But they, you know, I say rigged. You know what I mean? That right there. But Josh Allen played terrific other than them mistakes right there. But when it comes to Lamar Harden plays terrible and loses. See, Josh Allen plays good and loses. Lamar Harden plays terrible and loses.
Publicly. So behind closed doors, what are they saying? They're saying Lamar's awesome and Allen's over.
But they weren't speaking publicly. It was the two of them in the post game. They were shaking hands and they said,
Yeah.
all right, see ya.
So if I said, I'll see you again soon, right, after this, wouldn't that make a lot of sense?
No, because we're never going to see each other again, number one. And two, we won't have a date at the AFC Championship. Regardless, Lamar Jackson, in his career in the postseason, in the playoffs, 7
What
years.
we're talking about is Lamar Jackson the best player in the NFL now, not over.
He's not.
It's just such a silly conversation.
It's
not.
a silly conversation because if he wants to be the best player, if you want to call him the best player, let me finish.
Are you a content creator?
Let me finish.
Are you a content?
I'm not. Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you do in your life?
Hold
What
on
do you
a
do
second.
in your life?
No. Let me make my point.
If I reference
I'm gonna
something
make
you
my
did
point.
6 years ago.
I'm going to make my point. Let me make my point.
Okay.
His career record in the playoffs, 3-5.
His career record in the playoffs under Todd Monken, 2-2.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk about coaches. Let's talk about coaches.
Sure.
The coach of the Ravens.
Yes.
Do you think Joe Flacco is anywhere near the skill set of Lamar Jackson?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Joe Flacco won his Super Bowl with the coach of the Ravens.
Yeah.
He threw 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson has never even thrown 3 touchdowns in a single game in the playoff in his career.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, that's right. I'm cooking. Let's go.
She cooking. Yeah, she cooking, bro. She cooking you, bro. She cooking you, G. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody else get another Ravens fan up here because bro getting cooked right now. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, bro is getting cooked right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to help him. Can somebody help him? Hey, C5, whatever your name is, CR5. What that Hornets fan name is? Hey, Hornet. Hey, man, help him, man. Hey, man, we need that Hornets. Hey, man, you better go. Help your boy, man. That boy is getting massacred right now.
Career.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, that's right. I'm cooking. Let's go. That's right. Okay. So no, I mean, I agree with you, Lamar. And by the way, Lamar Jackson has all these single season accolades. You know how many, all of those that Joe Flacco has won? Yeah, like none of them. Not an MVP ever. None of the All-Pro, never. Pro Bowl, nothing.
What's the point? I know I'm a Ravens fan. I know Joe's had more players.
So if John can do it with freaking Joe Flacco, why he can't do it with Lamar Harden? That's what she's saying. What you mean with the point? Are you stupid? So the problem isn't John. The problem is Lamar Harden. The problem isn't coaching. That's what she's saying. The problem is him. Because if John can win with Joe Flacco, why cannot John win with the MVP quarterback Lamar Harden? You know what I'm saying? So who the freak the problem is? We gonna point to Lamar Harden.
But if you're gonna throw out accolades, well then Joe Flacco has no.
Wait, I didn't throw it out.
Joe Flacco has no accolades, and he went and won a Super Bowl with the same coach that Lamar Jackson has. So why can't Lamar do it?
Lamar can do it. He just hasn't yet.
Hasn't yet. Oh. So wait a second now.
Yeah.
And that drop that everybody wants to point to with Mark Andrews in the end zone. Well, if Lamar Jackson actually did his job and didn't strip sack fumble on the seventh play of the second quarter,
let her cook.
Potentially been in that situation.
Let her cook.
Andrews to have dropped that ball.
Did I not just say that? Oh my God. That's how you know. See, real recognize real. You gonna find a few of us there. Did I not just say, y'all, did I not just say this? Y'all, did I not just say this, Chunk? Did I not literally just say this? Because they love trying to brush away Lamar Harden. You know what I mean? They love trying to brush away Lamar Harden. What he did in the first half. Like that oh yeah, he had a fantastic second half. So this game with Mark Andrews. But if you didn't have that terrible first half, would have they even been in that position? But one thing they try to do, they try to turn a blind eye on Lamar Harden mistakes, and let's blame Mark Andrews. You know what I'm saying? Let's blame him. Let's not act like Lamar Harden got a strip sack and an interception.
That strip sack fumble puts exactly 7 points on the board for the Buffalo
Thank
Bills
you.
4 plays later. And the Buffalo Bills never relinquished the lead after that.
Agreed.
You can retort that.
It's just like 8 years ago at the start of his career, I was a senior in college. If you pin that stuff on me, I just feel like that would be funny. People grow, they get better, and this is the world's, it's really sports media. They're obsessed with just stamping things in the moment, right? Lamar hasn't won it yet. Giannis had never won it. Michael Jordan hadn't won it. Remember when
let's talk about how Giannis won it, though. Like I said, shout out to Giannis, but if James Harden and Kyrie Irving don't get injured, does Giannis win a ring? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say injuries saved you. I'm going to say Giannis got lucky with that ring. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? When James Harden and Kyrie Irving, look, so I'm going to just go and say this. Did they not take them all the way to if KD, if that was a 3-point, Giannis eliminated, right? If KD toe is not on the line, does that mean Giannis eliminated? He was struggling with the Nets without Kyrie and James Harden. So imagine if they had Kyrie and James Harden. Oh, that was a lucky ring by Giannis. But I give him props, though. But that was a lucky ring. You're comparing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's comparison. You're comparing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you just, Lamar's finna push 30, bro. Lamar finna be 30. And, bro, the AFC not finna get any easier. Now, with Joe Burrow coming back, Joe Burrow being healthy. Honestly, I feel like if Joe Burrow was healthy, Joe Burrow would have been in the freaking AFC this year. Now you got the freaking Broncos. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Now you got the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? You got all these freaking teams, you know what I'm saying, that's getting constantly better. Now, if the Texans, you know what I'm saying? Look, the Texans will be hard too if they got rid of CJ Stroud. You know what I mean? If the Texans got rid of CJ Stroud, they would be stupid. If they had a quarterback angle, I seen the Texans winning. If the Texans had a quarterback on my Beezy, I see the Texans being a Super Bowl team. You know what I'm saying? But you got the Texans, you got the Chargers, bro. It's not only Kansas City, the Bills, and the Bengals you got to worry about now. That's how it was back then. All Lamar Harden had to go through was Kansas City, the Bengals, and the Bills. Bro, you got every round, it's finna be something. Every round. So in my opinion, the AFC got better. You feel me? And bro pushing 30. And now you going into a new season without John Harbaugh. Now you're going into a new season without Todd Monken. Now you're going into a new season without your head coach. Bro, do I see Lamar Harden return without a ring? I feel like he a Mike Vick. I ain't gonna say he Mike Vick. I'm saying he got 2 MVPs, but bro, y'all already know before Mike Vick got in that situation, Mike Vick, bro, would have been in the conversation. Like, Mike Vick messed his own career up with them dogs. But he remind me of Mike Vick, bro. He remind me of a Mike Vick. Do I feel like Lamar Harden wins a ring? No. I don't feel like quarterbacks like him win rings. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. Do I feel like Shadur can win a ring? Heck yeah. Because one thing about Shadur is a dual threat. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know. It's just I don't know, bro. It's just a style that he plays with that I just don't feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like Shadur will get a ring, bro.
Won it yet. Giannis had never won it. Michael Jordan hadn't won it. Remember when LeBron James hadn't won a title? It just takes time for some people.
But LeBron James ain't have help like you. LeBron James ain't have a coach like he did. LeBron James ain't had the pieces around him like he did, bro. LeBron James ain't have an MVP candidate on his team. LeBron James had Mo Williams, Degauskis, Anderson Varejao, and he took them to the finals, bro. Something that Lamar Harden hasn't, bro. You're making the comparisons you're making doesn't you know what I'm saying? It doesn't add up, bro. You're not making. Yeah, it takes time. It don't take time, bro. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take time. Like, if it took time, why Sam Darnold going to the Super Bowl before him? If it took time, why Drake May going to the Super Bowl for him? Drake May's second year? First year with Sam Darnold, but it takes time, though. It only takes time with Lamar Harden. It didn't take time with Patrick Mahomes. It didn't take time with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl with the big. It didn't take time, but with Lamar Harden, it takes time. It takes time because he BJ.
Not for Patrick Mahomes.
That's when it takes time because he's BJ.
But for everyone else, Josh Allen doesn't have a Super Bowl. Joe
sucks.
Burrow doesn't have a Super Bowl.
He been to the Super Bowl.
There's 2 active starting quarterbacks in the NFL who have a Super Bowl. It's not just Lamar.
So we're saying the best player in the NFL.
Yes.
Right?
But you're saying he's the best player in the NFL. Do you understand what he's saying? Do you understand the logic what we're saying? You're saying he's the best player in the NFL. You understand what we're saying here?
It's Patrick Mahomes.
He's not even better than Matthew Stafford. Oh, my mama, he ain't better than Matthew Stafford. He's not even better than Matthew Stafford, bro. We talking about he the best player in the NFL. He's not even better than Matthew Stafford, bro. Matthew Stafford gonna get an MVP this season. He's not even better than Stafford. He's the best player in the NFL. What the fuck out my face?
Let's not. I see what you're doing here. You're doing a great job.
He's not even better than Sam Darnold right now.
Great job, kid. Lamar, we talk about this season.
If Sam Darnold get a ring, I'm putting Sam Darnold over Lamar Jackson. If Sam Darnold get a ring and an MVP, I am putting him over Lamar Jackson.
He had all of these weapons. Patrick Mahomes didn't have all these weapons. He had Zay Flowers. Hold on, let me finish. He had Zay Flowers.
Cook.
He had Likely.
Cook.
He had Mark Andrews.
Cook.
He had King Henry.
Cook.
He had Justin Hill.
Cook.
Who can you compare that to Patrick Mahomes right now?
I just
So you're
said
mentioning
this.
all these things, right? Lamar had the better weapons. Mahomes didn't.
Yeah.
And in the season, regular season, who outplayed the other player?
Well, if you want to be honest, you say Patrick Mahomes outplayed him. Because if it was that true, he'd be in the number 1 seed. Was the Ravens the number 1 seed? No. Were they the number 1 seed?
The Ravens had the worst defense in the NFL for 9 weeks.
Oh, so you're making excuses for your best player in the NFL?
Is that an excuse or a fact?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So
But
it is a fact.
at the same time, where's Lamar right now?
When the Ravens didn't have the 32nd worst defense in the NFL, they won every single game.
Has he showed up in big games so far?
Define a big game.
The AFC Championship games that he played in 2019 and 2023.
Okay.
Did he show up?
He didn't play in 2019, but in
Yes, he did. 2020? Yes, he did.
in the AFC Championship.
Yes,
no.
he did. When he was the MVP?
It was divisional round, but in that game,
But who did he lose to in both of those games? Patrick Mahomes.
No, he lost to the Titans in 2019.
He lost. Yeah, bro, I don't know what he's talking about. Lost to the Titans in 2019. That's what I was saying. He lost to the Titans in 2019. Did horrible in that game. So yeah, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. See, that's what you going up here. You're speaking. You know what I'm saying? You have no knowledge on what you're speaking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. This got to be like one of the most embarrassing things when it comes to casuals. You just get up here and just talking. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the heck you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just, you know, like, you feel me?
150 total yards.
Oh, the 9-7
game.
Titans. The 9-7
Yeah.
Titans. Oh, okay. Okay. The best player lost to the 9-7 Titans.
But you said, did he show up? He had 550 yards in the game, and the Ravens had 7 drops in the game.
Correct.
Look at his stats.
Correct, but he didn't.
Let's look at his stats, though. Like, you're looking at the yards and all that, but look at his stats. Matter of fact, I could pull it up right now. You want me to say his stats right now? And that's one thing that we love doing is that we love talking about, you know what I'm saying, yards. Like, yards is so overrated. But you know what really tells about a person? Them completions and them interceptions. You know, that would really tell. Them yards overrated as freak, bro. I'm not going to lie. You're a quarterback. You're supposed to have a lot of passing yards, bro. You know what I'm saying? that junk right there is overrated. You know what I mean? Stats, 2019 playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and see, because I don't want to speak on something without knowledge. So, you know, one thing about Jay, you know, we go off. First of all, he did not have 500 some yards. He had 365 passing yards. This is his 2019, you know what I'm saying, game. He had this is the Tennessee Titans. That I'm saying, bro, you talking about things. That's one thing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I had to do, chat. You know what I'm saying? I You know, 'cause I know he did horrible in the game. I brought it up. When he won unanimous MVP, I brought that up. No, he did terrible in the game. But I'm not finna just like throw out stats and it's not legit. You know what I'm saying? I remember he did terrible, but I'm want to make sure like I'm accurate with everything I say. You know, because if a person that speaks like what he doing, a person that what both of them are doing actually, a person that speaks, you know what I'm saying, on something and they don't know what they're talking about is a fool. So I'm not gonna get up here and be a fool. You know what I mean? But he didn't have 500 some passing yards. He had 365 passing yards, and actually he had 1 TD and he had 2 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? With the passer rating of 63.2. You know what I'm saying? And a lost fumble. You know, so please, yeah, let's do that. The total offense had 508 yards. You know what I mean? But he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He had 20 carries, you know what I'm saying, 143 yards. You know what I mean? So he did have, you know what I'm saying, basically 508 yards, excuse me. He basically did, if you put that together with the rushing and the passing, but you said passing. If I'm not mistaken, did he say passing?
The best player lost to the 9-7 Titans.
But you said, did he show up? He had 550 yards in the game, and the Ravens.
Okay, he had 550 yards. He had 508. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say passing. But he had more turnovers than he did. He had 3 turnovers and only 1 TD in his unanimous MVP season. You know what I'm saying? So please, let's not lie here. You know what I'm saying? So I had to just go and correct you about that lie. You know what I mean? So he definitely did terrible in the 2019 game. So don't try to hype up terrible. He had 3 turnovers. That's a fact that I just speak. You know what I mean? 3 turnovers, 1 TD. 20 carries, 143 yards. You know what I mean? With 365 passing yards. So don't try to hype up like he did good now.
7 drops in the game.
Correct.
Is that a Lamar Jackson
Correct,
problem?
but he didn't show up. Did they win? Did they win that game? That's all I want to know. Did they win that game?
I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah, we both know the answer to that, and that's why he's not the best player.
Okay.
Even right now. Okay, he rushed for what? 900 plus yards this year?
Sure.
And he threw for how much? 4,000 plus?
Yeah, first player ever.
Patrick Mahomes done that for about, let's say, 6 seasons. Passing yards? Passing yards.
But you just referenced the rushing.
Okay, rushing yards. Okay, he rushed for over 900.
Yes.
Name one player that's won a Super Bowl that rushed that much. I'll close my eyes. Nobody.
So you're just saying he'll never win a Super Bowl because he's
I don't think he will.
Quarterback?
I said he needs to improve his game. Maybe work on the passing than just,
like leading
rushing.
the NFL in touchdown passes, or
yeah, we could scratch our head, but as we scratch my head, I look at here. Patrick has 3 to your 0. Have a good day, y'all. See ya.
Lamar Jackson is a top 10 quarterback of all time.
Don't even say this.
no, I'm right. I like that.
That's right. Say my first row.
I ain't gonna lie, they definitely need another rate. Cause I'm not gonna lie, y'all, he getting cooked. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. You know, like the other fans that I be doing, like the Golden State Warrior fan, he actually knew ball. The old head that I've done, I got a lot of videos to finish. Even the Lakers fan I've done, he actually know ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, bro. You getting cooked. You make a Ravens fan look bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, it's like really you can't say nothing for real because they just dropping facts on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's really nothing that you really can say. So we really had a lose-lose right now. See, with the Lakers, we can debate. You know what I'm saying? Gen Z versus old head, he can debate. You know, stuff like that can be opinionated. You know what I'm saying? Like the Warriors, they can debate. You know, the Stephen Curry video can debate. You know what I'm saying? But you just can't really debate with Lamar Harden.
Okay. Give me your top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
What are we basing it off of? Because if we're gonna do accolades, I'm just gonna.
So
I'm not having the conversation.
It's a congregate of statistical
quarterbacks,
like longevity, winning. Even though winning is a team accolade, winning is important to mix in here, because years ago somebody like a Matthew Stafford would have never been put in this discussion. Meanwhile, that Super Bowl that he won a couple of years ago, for some people, 1 Super Bowl is good enough. Aaron Rodgers, me being a Jets fan, only has 1 Super Bowl.
And he's going to get an MVP.
He's got a lot of NFC championship.
Clear. You have 0 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah,
Jets.
I understand that. It's miserable. You definitely do have it a little bit better than me. But what I'm saying, though, is that
imagine being a
one
Jets
ring
fan
can kind of validate the greatness of a player, right? So in the case of Lamar Jackson, who's never going to win a ring, in the event that he does, maybe you could put him in the top 10, right? But as it stands right now, what real argument do you have to put him in the top 10?
So I think the prompt is
stats. How much I want to bet he gonna go with stats? That's it. Stats. Nothing else to show for it but stats.
Right now, what real argument do you have to put him
regular
in the top
season
10?
stats?
So I think the prompt is is Lamar Jackson a top 10 quarterback of all time? So there's
It's easy,
a lot
bro.
of
Easy question, bro.
It depends what you're measuring on. I'll admit, if you're doing it off of accolades, if you're doing it off longevity, it's going to be difficult for him to be in the top 10 if he's only playing the league for 7 years. You're kind of ending his career when others got 8, 10 more years to play. So if I want to say he's a top 10 player of all time, I like to think of, there's just from a skill standpoint and from a performance standpoint, and acknowledging that the athletes and the players in 2024 and 2025 are at a level that the 1980s players could never touch. And what I mean by that is, like, Dan Marino is going to have better long-term stats, better longevity, but, like, let's be real. Like, put freaking Brock Purdy in that era, and he's probably dicing him up. The same way we said,
bro, defense was 10 times harder back then. What are you talking about? Do you know who the freak he was playing against? Like, what? Bro, it was way more physical back then. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you were just talking. If anything, quarterbacks had it way harder back then. What are you talking about? They actually laid out quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what you're saying right now? Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying, bro? Just talking about they can dice up all-time great defenses, bro. You must be smoking on some good dope. I don't know what the freak. So you telling me that defenses today is better than defenses back then, bro? That's what you telling me, bro? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You tweaking. Put Lamar Jackson back there, bro. Like what you do better than what you do better than Joe Montana? Other than run the ball, bro. You know what I mean? Look flashier. Like, get the freak out of here. You talking about some Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy get licked the freak up back then. I don't know what this ain't basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even with basketball, but bro, it's football, bro. You know what I'm saying? Football, but knocking your head off. Wasn't all that protecting the quarterback and all that junk back then.
MJ used to play against plumbers. MJ is not the athlete that Anthony Edwards is today.
Okay, so.
Oh my God, MJ used to play against plumbers. Oh my God. Yeah, it need to be another level. You didn't even answer the question. Like, is he a top 10 quarterback? You just scoring off the lie. Is he a top 10 quarterback? That's what.
It's plumbers. MJ is not the athlete that Anthony Edwards is today.
Okay, so we're talking
That bro
about
saying
football, by the
MJ.
way.
I
Just
understand,
wanna
but
bring
I'm
it
just
back
saying. So if you take an athlete, Barry Sanders, he might be Isaiah Pacheco. The athletes
We're talking quarterbacks, not running backs.
But I'm saying, if you want to look at, like, who are the 10 greatest players to ever put on the shoulder pads and play the position, he's undeniably in the top 10.
Undeniably.
Undeniably. It's not even,
I don't know about
Bro said Barry Sanders. I think you don't understand how physical it was back then. And then, like, the team that Barry Sanders was on was so BJ. He was on the sorry Detroit Lions putting up them stats. I don't think you understand how physical the game was back then. The all-time greats, the Reggie Whites, the Lawrence Taylors, the Michael Strahans, the Ed Reeds, the Ray Lewises. That's back then player, not 80s, but I'm just speaking like back then, 90s, early 2000s. But do you know what you're saying right now? The Sean Taylors. You know what I mean? The Deion Sanders, the Jerry Rices. You know what I mean? The freaking Champ Baileys. Oh my, the Charles Woodsons. Bro, what the freak is this man? Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Do you know, like, what they had back then? Like, bro, hey, whatever your name is, sight off, bro. You need to go talk to your mans, bro. Bro, talk to your man. Deion Dawkins, bro. Bro, they way better than now, bro. Talk to your mans, bro. The mans don't know what he's talking about. If anything, it was 10 times harder back then. What the freak is you talking about, bro? Oh my God, what?
Give me 10 quarterbacks over Lamar Jackson.
Over Lamar Jackson all time.
Okay, I'm going to go with my list first. Joe Montana, Steve Young, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Steve Young, Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, I said Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. I just gave you 10 right there. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow, or who else? Did I leave somebody else? Joe Burrow. Dang, bro. Joe Burrow. We could put Can we put Eli in that discussion? You know what I'm saying? Can we put Eli Manning in that discussion? 2-time Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. What the freak? Aaron Rodgers. I just forgot Aaron Rodgers. A-Rod. Brett Favre. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I can name 11. You know, I can name 11 for you right there.
Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
I'm going to put Dan Marino. Even though Dan Marino did not win a ring, he was outstanding.
And Dan Marino
for
was
his
crazy.
era.
Ain't gonna lie.
And in an era over the course of, we'll say, the last 10 to 15 years.
I ain't never seen Dan Marino play, but I seen the stats and it was crazy. So I see the Drew Brees, the A-Rods, you know what I'm saying? The Peyton Manning's, Tom Brady's, Patrick Mahomes. I seen them play, you know what I'm saying? But his stats was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Season, in a passing era, Marino thrives.
Okay.
I will put Rodgers. I will put John Elway. I will put Patrick Mahomes. 5 Super Bowl appearances in 6 years, 3 championships. That makes a difference, right? So right off the bat,
Aaron Rodgers.
6 names, right? I think that's fair, and we can debate the other names.
Aaron
here.
Rodgers.
For me personally, it's like I value longevity, right? I value a guy like Matthew Stafford in this era, right?
Matthew Stafford's better than Lamar.
I like Brett Favre.
Yes.
Brett Favre is a similar.
Matthew Stafford is better than Lamar Jackson. If Matthew Stafford wins his MVP, he's better than Lamar Jackson all time. Yes, bro. Yes, he got a Super Bowl. He didn't win Super Bowl MVP. Cooper Kupp did. You know what I'm saying? But he has a Super Bowl and he has an MVP. And Matthew stats, bro, his stats was crazy. Go look at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, go look at it, bro. He crazy. It's just the quarterbacks that Matthew Stafford was against, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he got Super Bowl and he got an MVP. If he win MVP, that's definitely above Lamar.
There you go. They love it too.
Okay.
But now, again,
You need two more.
To
You need
your
two more.
point,
Aaron Rodgers.
How much weight are we holding the previous era? Right. If we're talking previous
believe they
era,
forgot Aaron Rodgers.
the guys like Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach and Terry Bradshaw, we can debate.
Bro
maybe
didn't say
weren't
Drew
individually
Brees.
as talented
Bro.
as Lamar Jackson, but multiple time Super Bowl winners.
Sure.
We have to get Lamar Jackson there once. You cannot put him in any top 10 list until we get to that point.
But you did with Dan Marino. Have a good day.
All right, valiant effort. Next.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Which one of those guys had to bring on the greatest running back?
Can somebody tell me why Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying, is not getting mentioned? And Aaron Rodgers? Do you know how crazy Aaron Rodgers was with the Green Bay Packers? Like, y'all naming all these, like Peyton Manning, okay, Peyton Manning, yes. Tom Brady, yes. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers need to get respect. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pissing me off. You put some John Elway over A-Rod, bro. Come on, bro. Like Aaron Rodgers, bro, multiple-time MVP winner. That's a ring. Why Aaron Rodgers ain't getting, like, mentioned? Why Drew Brees not getting mentioned? Like, what's going on with this, bro? Why Ben Roethlisberger not getting mentioned? These quarterbacks needs to be mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming out of my mouth.
Of all time to their team to try and make it to the Super Bowl, and they still didn't make it to the Super Bowl. That was Lamar Jackson this year. They had to bring on Derrick Henry, basically the greatest running back of all time, and they could not even make it to the conference championship. You're saying to me, if Tom Brady added on a Derrick...
He's not the greatest running back of all time. I can just tell you that for surely, only. One of, but I'll take Christian McCaffrey over Derrick Henry. I'm not gonna lie. I like CMC over Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it real with you. You know, and that's just me, honestly.
Henry, he would have gone undefeated yet again.
So I'm confused. A top 10 player of all time can't have a top teammate.
I'm saying when you're looking at the top 10 quarterbacks of all time,
So
you don't remember the running backs. Who was the running back on the Broncos when the Broncos won the Super Bowl?
So does Marvin Harrison with Peyton Manning count?
I mean, you could say that about Mark Andrews. You could say that about. I'm not talking about receivers. I'm talking about they brought on Derrick Henry to try and win a Super Bowl. They couldn't even make the conference championship with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. You have Derrick Henry on your team, man.
For sure.
So you're saying it's more valuable to have a star running back as a quarterback than a star like wide receiver or tight end?
I mean, regardless, there's still star tight ends on the Ravens. Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers didn't play in the playoffs.
Okay, but he played during the regular season.
And they were awesome. They had the best DVOA offense.
Zay Flowers ain't playing the playoffs. What? You say Zay Flowers ain't playing the playoffs? What? What you just say? Man just said Zay Flowers ain't playing the playoffs. Zay Flowers ain't playing the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Zay Flowers ain't playing the playoffs. What the freak, bro?
Of all time.
I'm just saying this. How many wins this year?
What Ravens fan do y'all have up here, bro? Who is this? Who is this, man? Who is this? I seen with my own 2 eyes Zay Flowers in a playoff game. Man, this is probably one of the most embarrassing vids I've done. Like, at least with the other vids, they know ball, bro. The man said Zay Flowers didn't play a playoff game. So he didn't play a single playoff game, bro. God, I literally seen Zay Flowers with my own 2 eyes in a playoff game. The freak is... God, wait, man. Oh, Ravens fans, this is the people that be trying to argue with me. Now I see. Now I see why. I see why now. You know what I'm saying? We get into it so much because you hate facts. I see now. Delusional mother. I see now why. I see why Lamar Harden fan. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Flowers didn't play.
I get it.
Okay, but he played.
He says Zay Flowers, and he don't know ball either for even not even correcting them. Zay Flowers did not play in the playoffs. What?
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers didn't play in the playoffs.
Okay, but he played during the regular season.
And they were awesome. They had the best DVOA offense of all time.
I'm just saying this. How many wins this year do you think the Ravens would have had without Derrick Henry?
12.
I mean, I think that's
Lamar Jackson,
unbelievable to say.
Wait, based on what? Because Lamar Jackson is the winningest regular season quarterback of all time, and he's never had Derrick Henry. But now with Derrick Henry, he's worth 4 or 5 wins to the team.
I'm just
Explain
saying,
that.
nobody.
So he went 14-2. His star running back was Mark Ingram. He went 12-5.
Mark Ingram would like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Mark Ingram would like that, bro. He wasn't no Derrick Henry. Mark Ingram wasn't trash, boy.
Gus Edwards. He went 13-4. He had J.K.
Bro, Gus Edwards wasn't bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. J.K. Dobbins wasn't bad, bro. So don't just brush them off like they were trash. They wasn't no Derrick Henry, bro. Them boys was not trash, bro. Gus Edwards was not bad, bro. You know what I mean? J.K. Dobbins was not trash. J.K. ain't hooping like he was hooping on, like how J.K. hooping on the Broncos. He ain't hooping like he was with that. But, bro, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards and Mark Ingram was not bad running backs, bro.
But it was Derrick Henry who changed the team this year?
I'm just saying they tried to bring on Derrick Henry in order to make a Super Bowl. They could not even make it to the conference championship.
No, I know. We all watched.
It's not worth it.
I feel like we watched that game.
The reason that he will never get there is because he has all of the things you can't teach. He has talent. He has that it factor, that X factor that you really can't teach. But I just feel like he's not taking care of the stuff you can teach, like learning the book, checking out all your reads before you decide that you're going to run for it. And I think it matters way more to him to prove that you can be a top 10 quarterback of his style than it is to concede a little bit, learn some reads, learn some plays in order to take that team to the Super Bowl. I think it's more important to him personally to prove all those doubters wrong, that he should have been a wide receiver or whatever, than it is to take his team and lead his team to the Super Bowl, which he needs to be considered for that top 10 conversation.
Yeah, the biggest knock on Lamar in the AFC Championship last year and then all through the season this year was he actually wasn't running enough. So his mom had to get on the phone with him and tell him he should run a little bit more. And he publicized that at a press conference. So I don't really think it makes a ton of sense to say he, doesn't really make reads. We know Lamar's at a point in his career where he's gone first read, second read. So I just don't find any of that to be very true.
Do you think that he could stand to be a little bit more cerebral when it comes to running the huddle and being a leader of the team in the huddle rather than being like, physically, I'm going to get it done for you?
I don't think he's just like a go out and do it guy personally.
Well, to quote the young Dakota Fanning to the late, great Brittany Murphy in Uptown Girls, fundamentals are the building blocks of fun. And everyone will say that he is having so much fun, but I just don't feel like he's trying hard enough to study and take care of it. I just don't see that from him.
All right. Appreciate it.
Lamar Jackson got to hit the books.
All right, man. So he got to hit the books. You know what I'm saying? But that's part one, honestly. Like, honestly, pathetic. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on this. And these videos be uploaded later. You know, I got to get ready for the gym. I got to stretch. I ain't gonna really have time to actually, you know what I'm saying, upload the videos right now. I got to stretch and everything, bro. So get ready for the gym, you know, boxing and stuff like that. But this video was honestly one of the worst videos I've ever seen. And I mean, it was entertaining by far, but the freaking casualty, bro, with this freaking video was insane. Like, we got a Ravens fan that don't even know that Xavier Flowers actually played in the playoff game. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just feel like, you know, he just doesn't have no clue on what the freak is going on. He doesn't have no clue, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. Like, he don't have no argument. You know what I'm saying? So just I don't know, man. You know, he like a lost puppy out there, like a lost dog. You know what I'm saying? At least when I react to let me go to the Clash right quick, but let me go to their channel, you know, and then we're gonna head out. But at least when I react, I got a lot of videos to react to. A lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of videos. You know what I'm saying? But who y'all see doing it? Like your boy Jay. You know what I mean? But, you know, I gotta finish one. At least when I react to him, bro, he at least going back and forth. Like, he going against people that know ball, but he got you sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? Same thing for him. He got you sitting there like, you know, this is like going back and forth. You know, same thing with that right there. I was, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with him, you know, them 4 videos, but with him, he just looked lost. Like, you see, he just looked